Welcome back everybody to Expedition Adventures, Search for the Lost Haunted Graves of Fire and Ice Part 2. I'm Josh Daniels. My love of photography and passion for the outdoors gets me in some pretty interesting situations. So join me and together we'll explore the places and we'll meet the people that make the South such a great place to live. This is Expedition Adventure. In part 1 of Expedition Adventures, the search for the lost haunted graves of fire and ice, we learned about the unfortunate fate of Mr. Thomas Jenkins and Viola Morgan. We found that cursed Indian trail that we now call Kimsey Highway. And we left off part 1 where we were coming down off of Little Frog Mountain to explore the area called Brush Creek. And we're hoping that we can find a 200-year-old house and grave. And if we do find a 200-year-old house and a grave, we'll know for sure why Mr. Jenkins was on Kimsey Highway the night that he died. And if we can figure out why he was up there, that will help us find the lost haunted graves of fire and ice. This is Brush Creek. Now, the legend says that Mr. Jenkins, his wife, and their daughter lived right off the banks of the creek. They say that his wife passed away, and he buried her here, right off the banks of Brush Creek. Now, this legend says the reason that he froze to death that night was he was traveling to Brush Creek to visit his wife's grave. First thing I noticed about Brush Creek is there are a lot of no trespassing signs. I really don't want to fly my drone and have it shot out of the sky. But yeah, I'm going to anyway. What are the odds that we're going to be able to find a 200-year-old house and a grave out here? I didn't see anything that would indicate that there was a house back here or a grave, but there's plenty of great places for it. So I'm gonna keep looking and then I'm gonna go back up on the mountain. Feeling defeated and running from what sounds like a pack of hunting dogs coming my way, I look over to the right and I see this. This is definitely signs that a house at one time was back here, so I've got to check it out. I'm gonna go with confirmed on this part of the story because we're pretty close to where he would have died. What is that noise? Can you hear that? It is not raining. It sounds like it's raining. Okay, this is spooky. Maybe something's right. Maybe something is to that whole haunting thing. So I'm weaving my way through the rhododendron, going down this hill to the creek, and I turn around and there's about 15 hunting dogs just staring at me.
And I scare them, they scare me. Luckily, they take off in the other direction. But I'm going to get out of here before they realize there's more of them than there are of me.
Alright folks, that does it for this week's episode of Expedition Adventure, the search for the lost haunted graves of Fire and Ice Part 2. So in Part 2, we pretty much got a good idea about the legend of the Grave of Ice. But in Part 3, we're going to search for and explore the legend behind the Grave of Fire. Alright, before we wrap up this episode of Expedition Adventure, I want to tell you about my good friends over at Landmarks Beard and Bath. So after coming back from an extended adventure, there is nothing better than a big old greasy cheeseburger, using a toilet, and that sweet, sweet, sweet shower. Because I don't want to bombard my skin with harsh chemical detergents, I always lather up and knock that trail dust off with Landmarks Beard and Bath soap. So go to landmarksbeardandbath.com, pick up your favorite soap today, and also keep on watching Expedition Adventure because we are going to give away some Landmark Beard and Bath handmade artesian soaps right here on an episode of Expedition Adventure. So folks, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more, smash that subscribe button, and all comments in the comment section below are greatly appreciated. You can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, find us on whatever else the kids got going on these days. So folks, until next week, peace.